He slammed the door so hard, the house shook. Tom had done it again. He shouted at his little brother, called him names, and scared him to tears. His parents looked at him with sadness, but they didn't say anything. This wasn't the first time. Tom had a problem with anger. One day, his father walked up to him with a small bag of nails and a wooden hammer. "Son," he said, "every time you feel angry, I want you to go to the back of the house and hammer a nail into the old wooden door." Tom laughed. "That's it?" His father nodded. "Just do it." The next morning, Tom got angry again. He didn't want to do his homework. So he took the hammer and nailed one sharp nail into the old wooden door. The next day, he nailed 2 more. By the end of the week, the door was full of nails. Some were small, some deep, but all were marks of his anger. It was hard work. His hands hurt. His arms were sore. Every time he got mad, he had to stop what he was doing and go outside to hammer a nail. Something started to change. The next week, he got angry, but paused. He didn't want to hammer anymore. Slowly, the number of nails he hammered each day became less and less. One day, he didn't hammer at all. His father watched, smiling quietly. A few days later, Tom went to his dad. "I didn't hammer any nails this week." His father nodded. "Good. Now, for every day you control your anger, go and remove 1 nail." Tom was surprised. The next day, he removed 1, then another. Day by day, the nails came out. It felt good, but when he finished, he looked at the door. It was full of holes. He called his dad. "The nails are gone, but the door is full of marks." His father put a hand on Tom's shoulder and said, "Exactly. Every time you lost your temper, you left a mark. Saying sorry removes the nail, but the scar remains." Tom stood silently, looking at the damaged door. That old door became his teacher. From that day on, he tried harder to pause, breathe, and choose better words. He still made mistakes, but fewer. And when he did, he remembered the holes in the wood. Years later, Tom became a man. One day, his younger brother, now a teenager, lost his temper and shouted at their mother. Tom didn't yell back. Instead, he walked to the shed, pulled out an old wooden hammer and a bag of nails, and handed it to his brother. "What's this for?" the boy asked. Tom just smiled. "You'll see." Tom took a deep breath, walked up to his brother, and gently placed a hand on his shoulder. "Come with me," he said, his voice calm but firm. They got up and walked to the back of the house. The old wooden door was still there, now worn down by time, but the holes were still visible. Tom pointed to the marks. "See this?" he asked his brother. The boy looked at it with curiosity, not understanding. "Every hole here is a time I lost my patience. Every nail was a moment of anger." "You did all this?" his brother asked, astonished. Tom nodded. "I did, and it took me years to pull them all out. But the holes, those never went away." His brother stayed silent, staring at the damaged wood. "Why are you showing me this?" "Because I know how hard it is to control anger. But I also know how much it hurts others, and we don't realize it at the time, only later. When it's too late." The boy looked away, ashamed. Tom continued. "Everyone gets angry. The problem isn't feeling it. It's what we do with it. If we don't learn to stop and think, we end up leaving holes in people." The brother bit his lip, his eyes starting to well up. "I didn't mean to hurt Mom, I know. But you can do things differently. Start now." The boy took a deep breath. "What should I do?" Tom smiled. "Say you're sorry. Then find a way to show you care. A simple gesture can cover a hole." The two of them walked back, together. The boy went to his mother, eyes still lowered. "Mum, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled." She looked surprised, then smiled with emotion. She hugged her son tightly. Tom watched from a distance, his heart light. That night, he walked past the old door again. He touched the holes with his fingers. They were still there, But now they didn't hurt anymore. They were reminders, not of failure, but of growth. The door was never replaced. It stayed there, strong, a silent witness to a boy's battle with his own anger, a battle he won, one nail at a time. A few years later, Tom was sitting at the table with his family. It was a simple dinner, but filled with laughter and joy. His mother, now with grey hair, looked at him lovingly. "You've become a good man's son," Tom smiled, feeling the gentle weight of those words. He knew how much he had failed in the past, and hearing that meant everything. His younger brother, now 18, was sitting across the table. "Remember the door?" he asked, laughing. Everyone laughed with him. "I never forgot that lesson," the brother said. "Every time I get angry, I breathe and count to 5. It works." Tom looked at him with pride. Seeing his brother follow the same path felt like an unexpected gift. On their father's 60th birthday, Tom prepared a surprise. He brought the whole family to the back of the house, where the old door still stood. But now, it had something new. Above the scarred wood, there was a small bronze plaque. "Forgiveness doesn't erase the pain, but it heals the heart." The father looked at it in silence. He touched the plaque with his fingers. His eyes filled with tears. "I kept every memory in that door," Tom said, "but now it carries hope too." They embraced right there, in front of the same door that had once symbolized pain, and now had become a memorial of healing. Years passed. Tom got married and had a daughter, and one day, the little girl, just 6 years old, came home crying. After fighting with a friend at school, Tom sat her on his lap. "Want to see something?" he asked. He took the girl to that same old door. The holes were still there, but now surrounded by painted flowers, done by his artist wife. "These holes, I made them when I was a boy." The girl opened her eyes wide. "You did that, Daddy?" "I did. But you know what? I learned we can choose to hurt or to heal." She hugged him tightly. "I want to heal." Tom smiled, eyes welling up. "Then you're already on the right path, my little one." The old door was never repaired. It stayed there, strong, with its scars, its plaque, and its painted flowers. Visited by children, grandchildren, neighbors, and friends, it became a symbol of transformation. Because in the end, what once seemed like just a piece of scarred wood was, in truth, the story of a heart that chose to love, even when it wanted to scream, and that choice changed everything.